everybody's favorite nearly man contender in the light heavyweight division, Sullivan Barrera, has accepted an offer to face Artur Beterbiev. This fight will be taking place on ESPN, it would seem anyway, because Beterbiev is re-signed, I guess you would say, with Top Rank, and that's where they show their fights. He did have a brief stint on DAZN, but for whatever reason, he's gone back to Top Rank, and I think he's still trying to break ties with Yvonne Michelle. We'll see how well that goes. Hopefully he manages to sever ties with Yvonne Michelle and get the exact deal that he wants. But yeah, Barrera's received an offer. He's accepted it to face Beterbiev. In this article, it doesn't give any specific date to when the fight might take place. It just says that Barrera has accepted the offer. Now, Barrera had been linked to a fight against Anthony Yarde. We obviously know that's not happening. Anthony Yarde's fighting somebody else. But Barrera against Beterbiev, it's one of those fights where Barrera is respected for being a tough guy and a trier and having a decent amount of ability, but he's not elite, is he? When he fought Andre Ward, he was comprehensively beaten. When he fought Dmitry Bivol, he was comprehensively beaten. So he's below the elite level, but he's a trier. He's got a lot of heart. He's a big light heavyweight, and he has decent skills, decent power, but nothing exceptional. He's the kind of guy who you have to get through if you're going to be elite, is the likes of a Sullivan Barrera. So yeah, a lot of people respect him. And because of that, I don't think people are going to grumble too much when they hear that Artur Beterbiev is fighting Sullivan Barrera, if you understand what I'm saying. Because Barrera is not seen as a bum. He's not seen as just an absolute walkover. He's seen as somebody who, yeah, Beterbiev's going to be a big favorite to beat, but people are not expecting it to be a 1 or 2 round knockover job, particularly in the wake of Artur Beterbiev's last performance where he got dropped against Callum Johnson. People are going to be looking at Beterbiev like, the guy's a bit vulnerable, and I'm sure Sullivan Barrera is going to be looking at him like he's a bit vulnerable. But Sullivan Barrera's kind of vulnerable himself. He's been on the canvas numerous times in his career. Even Andre Ward dropped him, and we know Andre Ward's not a puncher. So, yeah, it's I think most people would agree that it's kind of an acceptable fight for most champions to be defended against somebody like Barrera, but it's not ideal. We are kind of getting a situation, it seems, at the moment in the light heavyweight division where there doesn't seem to be much enthusiasm, at least between different promotional outfits, to make unifications take place. That's what it seems like in the light heavyweight division at the moment. You've got Dmitry Bivol, who's just signed with DAZN, and at the very same time, almost simultaneously, you had Beterbiev going over to ESPN and Top Rank, which was unfortunate. It would have been good to see Beterbiev and Bivol on the same network, whether it was ESPN or DAZN, because being on the same network obviously makes it easier to have the fight. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what Dmitry Bivol is going to be doing on DAZN. I mean, maybe he'll have a couple of fights and go elsewhere. I don't know. Maybe it'll be the case with Beterbiev having a couple of fights and go. I really don't know at this point. But you've got Alexander Vodcek, who is on, what network is Vodcek on? He must still be on ESPN too, right? I'm sure Vodcek's ESPN as well. Obviously, he fought Stevenson in his last fight, and Stevenson was a Showtime PBC guy. But to my knowledge, Vodcek is with Uncle Bob. So yeah, it seems like it's a virtual monopoly for Uncle Bob, 175 pounds, because who have you got over there? Oh, hang on, where is Alvarez? Is Alvarez on ESPN as well? I've lost track because there's been so much chaos at light heavyweight in terms of people changing promoters and networks with the with HBO bowing out of boxing and all that kind of business. I struggle to keep track of where Alvarez is at this point, Alida Alvarez, because Alvarez was PBC Showtime. Has he switched and gone to ESPN, Bob Arum now? I don't know where he is. I know he's not on the zone. Whatever the case may be, Sullivan Barrera taking on Artur Beterbiev. Let me know how you feel about it. And let me know which unifications you think we're likely to see first. And which fights you'd want to see, but don't think are likely to happen anytime soon. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know how vulnerable you think Artur Beterbiev might be at this point, and whether Sullivan Barrera has any chance at all. Maybe he should just go for it early, the way Callum Johnson did. But you'd have to imagine Beterbiev's going to be ready for that. I'm sure he knows people are looking at him like, oh, you're a bit vulnerable now. Let me try to put it on you. So, yeah. Drop it all in the comment section below, people. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.